Hello. Hi, Tiffany. It's been a minute. Yeah, me, please.
It's been a minute, but me, please. Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, let me get a couple other people in. Feel like I have it ready to go. Welcome. Good morning. Okay, we'll give everybody a couple minutes. Everyone seems to be trickling in. So if you would like to be coached, type into the chat what you would like to be coached about. Okay. I am going to apologize in advance. I am a new puppy parent. So so she's eating her breakfast right now and she's happy I'm distracted because if not, I would be yelling at her because she's laying down and eating. Um and so I might have to take her out to the bathroom once or twice, or I might have to like stalk her because she's running around. So I'm just apologizing in advance. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Type into the chat what you'd like to be coached around. Hello. Hi, Jen. Long time no see. All right. All right. Okay. So I'm going to plug this afternoon. I have a group breakthrough later today. So if you don't get picked to be coached, there will be a chance for some relief later on today. Okay, perfect. So we'll have the group breakthrough later today. Um, no worries, Jen. It's your first time, so hang out for just a little bit. What this is every other week we all come on here, and anybody who wants to be coached live will put into the chat what they want to be coached on, and then I will come in and I will pick based on what I think will serve everybody the best, and things like that. So for this first time, you get to just observe and watch and learn and see if there's anything that comes up that applies to you. It's kind of like what Tiffany said. She's like, I'll benefit either way. So no worries. I got it. I got you, Leona. I got you. Okay. All right. So I'll go with Leona today because girlfriends in need. And then Tiffany, I'll get you next time. All righty.
Thank
So,
you.
all right, Leona,
Uh,
what would make this the best call today?
that is a great question. Um, there's such an overwhelming energy overflow that I'm having a hard time getting the parts of me together. We know we have lots of parts, and I know this
Mhm.
can't be a part integration, but the
Mhm.
parts are in major conflict, and that's such extreme highs and lows. Like, I have to be able to create at the end of this call some sort of balance in my internal energetic world so that I can show up with the external world and more balance so that I can be attracting the people that I need to be attracted to me for the retreat, for the book, for all the things. And I think channeling and telling my story in the anthology, like, moved a lot of things. And it all came basically from my birthday trip. Things have been like hard ever since I came back. Like, weird things like finding out like my car that I leased doesn't have a spare tire and was stranded on the side of the road and then pouring down rain and like having help come but couldn't actually help me and then had to wait for a tow truck and like days without my car, you know, and then come back and then having like just weird shit just like after like I feel like I've hit my threes of like all shit going wrong, but like I found out yesterday like the hot water heater wasn't just a valve, it needed the whole hot water heater, and then they put it in and it still didn't fix my pressure, and I still haven't had like a proper hot shower in months. And it's like all these little things are like compiling and compacting on top where I feel like I'm on the edge of like greatness because all these really good things could be happening, but also of like absolute crisis, like one more little thing could like break the camel's back and I feel like I could totally fall apart.
Okay.
And so I'm on that edge of like how much more can I possibly compound and put on before I feel like I'm at my absolute breaking point. And so I've got to take off some of this energetic heaviness and get back into flow and alignment, because for a month I've been living in hard. Like even my birthday trip, I went to a Korean spa. It was supposed to have like this relaxing thing. I had an allergic reaction to like the harsh soap that they used with the scrub, and I broke out in full body hives and like had a miserable spa experience and couldn't do anything else in the Korean spa. And then I was up in, you know, New York and Greenwich, Connecticut with my best friend when those like Canadian fires were happening, and it flared up my lungs, my respiratory system. And I've been having like a hard time breathing. And it's just like all of my systems have been in like overload. You know, I had been working so hard taking my natural GLP and eating right and exercising. And then like everything went out with traveling and food and drinks, and I've gained weight. So I like physically feel heavier, energetically feel heavier. Like all these things have been compounding. And I need to figure out like, well, how can I get to the next best thing to get me being somewhat okay? And I like it just I don't feel okay. And I had like an energy tune up, like a Reiki session with my friend, and she was like, "Oh my God, you really needed that." And like literally to last night where I couldn't even take a shower in my own shower, I had to use the guest bathroom because the water pressure was a little bit better there. And I reached into my bathtub to like grab my face soap and like the little scrubby thing, and I slipped on the rug and like slammed my arm of this giant bruise down the side of my arm and my elbow into my pinky. Like I'm literally like hurting. Like I'm hurting. Like everything is compounding. Like so many little things that last night I was just like, I can't actually handle one more fucking thing. Like I'm at my breaking point.
Okay. So, what would you like to have at the end of this call? And I heard you say balance. And what specifically would you like to have at the end of this call?
I would like to have balance in my nervous system and my body and my brain. Like I'm on all levels emotionally. Like I need to have some for sure nervous system regulation, because I doing all the breath work and all the meditation, and it's just for that small moment. And then as soon as life comes up, then it happens again. Right. Like there, it's like very small little moments versus like a more accumulative sort of thing.
And
So
how will you know? Sorry, she's trying to tip her food bowl over. How would you know that you have balance in your nervous system?
I would not feel like I'm on the edge of crying or screaming at any moment's time if something doesn't go quite right. It's like literally when I fell last night and it was such extreme pain and it was so jarring to my whole body, and it like hurt my back and my neck and like my neck spasm. Like I literally just like screamed out in pain, and I was just like, oh my fucking God. Like I just like not one more thing. Just can't. Like, and right now I've been working so hard that my thumb is swollen on my right hand, this thumb. And like, and this is my tool, right? Like this is my tools, and it
So,
is
how do you know
so
that you have
inflamed.
balance in your nervous system aside from not on the verge of crying, like positively?
Positively, I would have less pain in my body because right now I'm in so much pain, and that, as we know, when that pain threshold goes up so much, then you doesn't take a lot for you to like be on that tipping point. So I need to have the pain level go down and the chatter being more quiet in my brain, where I can be like, yes, that's the next best step that I need to do in order to get things where they need to be.
All right.
I
So,
feel
for the
like I've
rest,
tried so much to get people to this retreat, and I've tried so hard. I'm just like all this energy output, and it's like not coming out. And so I feel really unbalanced.
so if you were to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, the pain in your body, where would you say it's at?
like a 7+.
7+ out of 10. Okay. And where would you like it to be at the end of this session?
I'd be happy with a 5.
Okay. And then the chatter in your mind, where would you say that's at out of 10?
I'm like 9.
9. Okay. And where would you like it
I'm
to be at
even
the end?
dreaming weird dreams and waking up feeling like it's like I'm like in the dream, like anxiously dreaming, like having weird conversations.
Okay.
I'd
So where
like
would you like it to be at the end?
a 6 would be realistic.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So at the end, we're just going to check in on your numbers. I also am just at the beginning of this. I'm already going to say you have these beautiful, wonderful, amazing ladies here on the call. If there's anybody who wants to practice their energy release process,
I would love
and
a somatic energy release.
uh-huh.
Yes.
So an
Uh-huh.
energy release process and a parts integration.
Uh-huh.
Leona is in need.
Yes, for
Um,
sure. Get my
so
hands to come together. I need that integration. My
yes,
parts are fighting.
yes. So I am going to do what I can here, and it would be extremely helpful. Oh, I love that, Joe. So Leona, at the end of the call today, just put your info in the chat,
Yeah.
and
Do it now
and
before I forget. Yep.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
because I want you to have that.
Thank you. And yeah, unfortunately, I have a client 3 to 4:30, and then I have that 7 o'clock call. So I had the breakthrough in my thing, but then I needed a last minute client fill in, and I didn't have any other space, so I had to put it on top of it.
You're good. It's going to be a really interesting group breakthrough. I'll tell you that.
So I'm going to try to catch
not
what I
not
can.
content wise, just life wise.
Oh yeah, with the
I will.
puppy and all the
I
things.
promise to everybody, I will pay the puppy tax at the end of the call. Okay. We'll all get to see her.
See
I
her,
promise.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I promise. Okay. Alrighty. So, Leona, what does it represent to you that anything like you're living in Murphy's Law right now? Anything that could go wrong is going wrong. What does that represent to you?
100%. I don't know why I'm in this string of like that. And I know when you have bad luck and you focus on the bad luck, you get more bad luck. Like I understand that concept and I keep trying to break it and it is happening. And so it's frustrating that I know better to where to put the energy flow, but like just weird shit. Like we're supposed to do the floating sound bath in my condo and they made a big deal. We had to like change locations last minute. Like literally every little thing that I've been doing has like given like crazy hiccups for. So I don't know. It's representing frustration and anger and like overwhelm and just this sucks, just fucking sucks that all these weird stupid shit is happening and it's just I'm not in that positive flow at all right now and it's just compiling and compacting.
Okay. What kinds of people have this string of bad luck, all of these negative things happening?
People that are not in flow, like they're out of balance, that are not okay. I feel not okay.
Okay. What does it mean to be okay?
I think it means that you can get through your day without feeling like you're having to put out fires in crisis. I think it feels like having a being okay, like being going through your day, having normal flow, having, easily effort one thing come to the other. And like when the good is coming, then I know that that compounds in the opposite way, right? And you get back into flow and you feel good. And you're like, yeah, everything is working out amazing. It feels great. And you feel okay with life. You're like, all right, I can do life. But right now, life is lifing on me.
All right. So, because there's all of this frustration and anger and overwhelm, and it all just sucks, what do you take it to mean about yourself that you haven't been able to maintain that flow and balance and okayness in your life?
It's like through all the things, through all my life, I get things going and then it goes away, right? Like I'm okay, and then something happens and I have a lot of pain, right? I'm okay with money, everything's coming in, and all of a sudden I have like a bunch of cancellations, right? Like all these like reschedules and movements and like weird stuff. And it's not even my things. It's like horrible things for my clients, like death in families and like all this kind of stuff, but it affects my income, my schedule, my things, right? So
Mhm.
it's, I don't know. It's just
Okay.
been too many representations of not being okay externally. So internally, I know I'm not okay, but I don't know what it is to get back
Mhm.
to that balance point, to that rhythm.
Yeah. Come on. So
And I think
because
sometimes like it's a double-edged sword. The more we know and we're more aware, the
Mhm.
more we're like, I fucking keep seeing it, it's coming at me.
Uh-huh.
So
So what do you take it to mean about yourself that that's what's happening to you?
that I'm not in balance, that I haven't been able to find that balance point, that I feel out like so much out of balance. And I feel like I've been so much in my head doing all these things, and then it gets like out of my body. And then all of a sudden, my body represents pain, right? And it's like
Mhm.
clearly back in my body with all the extreme pain.
Mhm.
So I know it's my tell time that I have been out and not embodied with my flow of things.
Mhm.
And I think like telling, a little bit of my story from that chapter like brought up a bunch of stuff that needed to be moved out. And I don't think that I was had the capability to like move it out
What
as quickly. Maybe it got settled back in. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I
what
honestly I don't know.
specifically got brought up from telling your story?
That like I spent most of my life not being able to receive, right? Like my whole chapter is receiving is your birthright. I didn't learn that until much later in real life that I could
Mhm.
receive unconditional love, right? So
Mhm.
I think it brought up that like I spent most of my life not being the version of me that I'm most of the time now, right? Most of the time now I am in that flow and I am receiving and I am in that energy. But the tire thing, like it was crazy. It was like horrible. And I like squeaky wheel got the oil. I complained and like put off this stuff and they ended up paying for it.
Mhm.
Like the water heater is like the place that I rent from's issue financially. Like I'm
Mhm.
grateful and thankful that it wasn't like a financial thing, but it's been like an emotional thing. Like to be stranded on the side of the road like a sitting duck being completely helpless, like that for me, like I literally felt like I was going to fall apart because I was like I had no control about anything. There was like I was just completely helpless. And I think that that's what brought up in the story is like I remember being this helpless little girl that had no love, no support, no care, and I spent most of my life feeling that way. I think that's what it is, that like so helpless and like so vulnerable, and like I was like a sitting duck like waiting for like these men to come in to help me, to like tow me and like get me out of, like I felt very unsafe. It brought up a lot of unsafe, being in a dark and a storming rain with a car that couldn't move on the side of the road, like I
Mhm.
felt very unsafe. And most of my life I felt very unsafe having an alcoholic abusive mother, right? So
Yeah.
it brought up all that vulnerability, all that unsafeness, like just
Yeah.
all of it,
Okay, so what's your definition of helpless?
that I couldn't, like you can't help yourself get out of the situation, like other factors had to be in, like I didn't have access to a tow truck to like tow
Mhm.
myself, right? Like I had to be completely reliant on someone else.
Okay.
And so I was helpless, like I couldn't help myself get out of the situation. I just had to sit there and like wait to be found, like where's Waldo, and like drop pins and screenshot maps and like try to get them to find me. And
Mhm.
it just wasn't easy, like I had to be like under this expressway to get covered by the rain, but then they thought like I was above the expressway and not under it, and just like weird shit that was happening. It was a hard process for me. Like everything seems to be so in this hard feeling right now. It's hard to cope, hard to manage, hard to deal.
Mhm. Who in your
Feels hard to
family?
make money right now, right? Because I'm like hurting to do my job, like
Mhm.
it's just everything, it feels hard and it
Mhm.
doesn't feel soft and flowy. And
Who in your family was the helpless one growing up? whether it was intentional or not intentional.
See, most of my life, my parents divorced when I was 2. I don't ever remember being together. It was just my mom and I. And then I saw my dad every other weekend, month in the summer, every other holiday, Christmas at noon. So they never, I don't think I mean, he felt helpless to like do more because we was like legal state demanded like those, visitation rights, right? Like there was nothing there. I felt helpless all the time because I was always just stuck and being shuffled back and forth and being in this environment that I didn't want to be in. Um, and I think there's a point of my mom that was helpless to her alcoholism and like the abuse that she got from her father when she abused me. It was like, well, at least you didn't get this. It was always like justified and like made. So I feel like everybody in my family, there was some representation of helplessness. Like that we all felt helpless at certain points in certain situations.
Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of an unorthodox approach to this.
Yes. You know me, I'm open for anything.
Oh, yeah. So if this was your client coming to you saying, Leona, 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 I feel like everybody in my family has some representation of helpless. And it's this pattern that keeps showing up in my life. What do I need to learn from this and able to move forward? What would you tell that client?
I would say instead of focusing on the helplessness, focus on the points where you did feel like you could help and help others and remember that and focus on that's where you got your strength and your tenacity and the will to keep going and movement is like almost like the more you focus on that, the more you're going to get that. Or if you could focus on those moments that you had strength, that you could make those decisions, that you had support and depend on yourself when you trusted yourself, lean more into those.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then clear out, obviously, energetically where the hopelessness was residing in the body, which feels really heavy right here. So
Hmm. And if they were like, what do I need to learn from helplessness? What would you support them in seeing?
well, it's obviously there to teach us something, and it's showing up in different representations. And how we learn it in one way needs to be then seen in another way. And as the more we evolve, the more our lessons evolve and get on a higher level, right? So we learn them at this level that we were at, but then when we elevate, we have to learn it again. That's why it's coming back around. And so there's like a deeper level of understanding that helplessness has been showing up to teach you something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would ask their unconscious mind, if you were to know what that is, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And my big, beautiful brain has just like storm clouds of like blah. I can't see it. It's just static
Mm-hmm.
because it's me, right? And it's
Oh, of
not, I'm
course.
not helping someone else, right?
Of
So
course.
it's like,
If
of
only it were
course I
that
could
easy,
see
right?
everything. That's why we say we can't see the label inside the jar, right? Like if I was
Yeah.
helping a client, I could see it, I could move it, I could pull it out, I could release it, I could help facilitate that for them. But for me, I get a static storm cloud.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like I feel like you are like doo doo doo, the little cloud's following me. Like
Okay. So I'm going to play into your static storm cloud metaphor for a minute. So usually when there's a storm cloud, it's because there's been something that's been building up and building up and building up that needs to be released, right? So knowing that the frustration, the anger, the overwhelm, the helpless, it's all been building up and building up and building up. How does that energy want to release?
it almost feels like another storm bigger than that needs to like blow it out of it. Like it needs to like overpower it and move it in like another storm system. Like I feel like something bigger and more powerful needs to blow that storm out of the water.
Okay. Does it necessarily need to be another storm that does that, or can it just be something that moves it past? Because to me, another storm feels a bit like something more negative has to happen, and I don't want
Right.
that for you.
I
So,
know. But
does it
that's
have to
that's
be a
where I
storm,
feel
or can
like
it?
I know I'm not okay is like that's the imagery that I'm like something bigger and worse or like bigger batter needs to like come in and like shake shit up. And I'm like, that's fucking sucks. That's not what I
Right?
want. So how could I blow the storm
Yeah.
out
Does it
and
have to be a
over?
storm, or can it be something maybe more positive?
I just saw the Odyssey with my friend on Sunday at the movie theater, and
Oh
I
yeah.
just think like Zeus like creating this storm, and they like had to get through like this whirlpool thing, and it's like
Uh-huh.
they had to check the like ladder things, and that's where my brain it's like I don't know, do I just get like picked up by the tornado, do I go into the water spout thing, like I don't know what other thing is going to like pull me out of that storm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Zeus himself would have to come down and like plop me out.
You out. So divine intervention. Cool.
Yes, like literally, creator needs to be like, ah, and like elevate me out of the storm. Like I need to be like, speed me up, Scotty, through like divine white light. Needs to just like pull me the fuck out, like
Okay.
pluck me out.
Okay.
Like the oh, here we go, like the little minion, and they have the little claw. The claw
Oh
needs
yeah,
to
yeah,
come
yeah.
in.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So what is
Love
it? What
my big beautiful brain. The claw needs to pluck me out of the storm.
okay. So I'm gonna ask a negative leaning question on
Uh-huh.
purpose.
Mm.
What do you take it to mean about yourself that you need to be rescued? Because I know you don't like that word.
Yes, as the resilient, strong person's rescued myself over and over again. Fuck no, I don't like that question. Oh, never wanted to be the damsel in distress being rescued, but I'm so fucking tired. I would actually love a Prince Charming to come along and rescue me. At this point, I think I would surrender to being rescued.
Okay.
I like, and I remember like it was such a profound moment in the movie where he had to like lay on the thing and let the storm just like take him, and it brought him home. And I feel like at this point, like I have to surrender so much, like divine beings or essence or something literally have to like save me from this like raft of this storm. Like I am like right there.
Okay.
I feel like I need to be rescued right now, and that sucks. So
What
I don't know
aspect
how to get myself out of it.
what aspects of yourself would you have to suppress in order to allow yourself to be rescued?
That independent, resilient, I can do it myself, that only child. I survived everything that I've survived so far in my life. Of course, like these are stupid things that I can keep surviving, but it's just compounding where it's not. Like
Mhm.
it's so heavy. I don't want that last straw to break the camel's back and I like lose it.
Mhm.
So I'd have to surrender a lot of
Mhm.
what makes me me, right? Who has survived all of these things up until now, right? All of these parts of me that have been in conflict, they have worked to keep me alive and keep my practice and keep my home and keep these things or all this trauma, right? All the pain, all the surgeries, all the injuries, all the everything, you know? It's like as soon as I think I'm like out of the clear and moving, like it just something else hurts or something else happens. And it's just like,
So Leona,
why does this pain still keep coming up?
I'm going to tell you to do something that I don't normally tell people.
Okay.
I am going to tell you to suppress that independent and that resilient version of you because you need to stop trying to survive because you're not living your life. This independence and this resilience is away from it was there to keep you surviving. You don't need to survive anymore. And so because there's not these life altering things that you need to survive from, It's creating situations in your life that you need to survive. So
Mm-hmm.
stop it. Like, it needs to go. This is what needs to get integrated. That independent, resilient, I can survive, that part of you, no more. It's not serving you because now it's creating situations. You don't fucking need them. Stop trying to survive, Leona.
I know, but I only knew that way of being for
Of
so
course.
long.
Of course. And it's not the only way of being you know now.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And
why
that's
that's why it's not working anymore.
that's when I feel that resistance and everything coming on. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm
Mhm.
not okay. I'm like
Yeah. So the part of you that's like, fuck, I'm not okay. The one that's spiking the pain, the one that's this independent, resilient, I can figure it out and do it myself, survival part.
Mhm.
No, no more. It's not helping you.
No.
Tiffany's is helping. I see your face in the corner of my eye. You're like, fuck.
One or two other people needed to hear this too, I'm
Oh, yeah.
assuming.
You do not need to be the only one who can help you
I know.
anymore. And that part of you
Yeah.
needs to know that, because I know that there's another part of you that, of
Yeah.
course, like you have community and you have like
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. So I know you know it some of the
Yeah.
time.
Yes. Exactly. I told you I needed energy
Yes.
release and parts integration. There was like
Yes.
this battling.
So
I can
whoever
feel it
whoever is
internally.
volunteering to do Leona's parts, this is her part. Just go chunk down a little bit more on her independent, resilient part. That's what she needs to integrate.
Yeah.
That's that's where
They're
this
going like
Murphy's
this.
law of your life is going to stop, because you won't need to be proving that you can survive. You don't
Yeah.
need to prove that you can survive. You've survived, period. Now
Yeah.
let's stop trying to survive and like
Mhm.
push your way through life and actually like enjoy it or live it, experience it, feel it.
Yeah. Because when
Not
I
every
those moments, they're amazing and I can
Yep.
feel it and embrace it and it's awesome. And then when you get out of it and then all these other ones come pile, you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm done, did it again.
Yeah. So based on just what you've been saying, it sounds like this part gets triggered when you get put into a situation where there's something out of your control.
Yes.
Now, normally, like without this part, that would be like, oh, okay, it's just like somebody else needs to do their part of this equation, right?
Mhm.
This part goes, nope, I need to figure out how to do all parts of this equation, whether or not I know how to do it myself or not.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Stop trying to figure it out. Let somebody else figure it out. Even if it's painful, even if it's slow, even if you're like, oh my God, I could do this 17 times faster, just let them do it. It's like, Tiffany will appreciate this one. It's like raising kids. You're like they want to be so independent, they want to do it on their own, and you just have to let them. And you're like, it's painful, it's so slow. Oh my gosh, don't like if you could just stay between these little lanes here and do it this way. Like that's kind of how you got to be. You've almost got to like go into
Parent
that.
my inner
You're like,
child.
all
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna let them do it, and I'm just gonna kind of observe, and I'm like, all right, this is life. This is somebody else's learning something. This is somebody else's experiencing something, and I get to be a recipient of it instead of the controller of it. So when I say that, what comes up for you?
I would love to be in the observer role more than the doing role. I'd love to be in my more divine feminine being versus doing. I just don't know what that looks like or feels like because I don't spend a lot of time in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, can you give me an example of one of those times? Because you were like, yeah, she's like, you're like, those times are great when you're like living life and you're feeling it and you're doing it. Can you give me like an example of one of those times?
I would say it's hard for me to remember because it's like I had this beautiful trip to see my best friend, and a lot of the trip was hard, but there was this time where we were coming back on the train and we had got the giggles about something and we were laughing so hard that like my cheeks hurt and my like tears were coming out, and I was like, oh my god, if you make me laugh one more time I think I'm gonna pee myself. And we had like the best day, and we were having so much fun, and we were looking at pictures and reflecting, and it was like I almost had more fun in the reflection of the day sitting on that train on our way home than I think I did in the subsections of the part of that day that made it a great reflection.
Mhm. So when you were sitting on the train, reflecting on the day, having so much fun and all of the things, what were you experiencing in that moment?
It was pure joy. I mean, we were having so much fun. We were laughing so hard. We had gotten so tickled about something and we had just like lost it like little kids. And there was like this innocent of like, remember when you were like little at a slumber party and you try to be quiet, and the more you try to be quiet, the like louder you laughed and the harder it was to stay quiet. Like we're in this train with lots of people and we're like trying to like compose ourselves and we just couldn't. We were just like losing it and laughing. Luckily everybody else was kind of a little loud around us too. It was like World Cup day and everybody was a little tipsy heading home on the train, and it just made it even more funny because we're all kind of like laughing in this moment and just like enjoying that time. And it's funny, like that was my favorite part of the whole day. You know, we had
What
seen
did
like a
you
Broadway
feel?
show and gone to a pop-up museum and all these things, you know, but like that laughter on that train was my favorite part of the whole day.
What did you feel in your body?
Felt like I was gonna pee my pants because we're laughing.
Fair.
I felt like, you know, you get like your cheeks like cramp up and you get like all hot and flushed from like laughing and like tears streaming down your face. And like I just remember like just having this very childlike, like this innocent joy. Like there was nothing that we were necessarily doing to do it, but just cracking up and being each other's presence. And there was just something really beautiful about that moment. That was my favorite part of the whole trip.
Mhm.
So I always ask people, like, when they tell me stories, like, what was your favorite part about the trip? You know, I want them to focus on it. And that for me was like my favorite part of that trip. That pure laughter, joy, innocent, childlike, silly giggles, like giggling, like just so much fun. It had been a long time since I had laughed that hard and had that much fun and had that much ease, right? My friend was there. She took care of everything. She had the tickets. I didn't have to think about anything. I didn't do anything. I just went along with the flow with her, right? She led
Uh-huh.
me around. I just followed. We're
Hmm.
getting on this train, we're doing this thing. Like it was so great not to have to be in control of all the things and like let myself be, right? And in that moment, coming home, not having to think about anything. I knew her husband was picking us up at the train station. I knew I was safe with my friend. You know, everything was easy. And in that moment, we were having so much fun and laughing so hard that it was just pure joy. And I want more moments of that.
Hmm. So that's what you're going to integrate into.
Mm. The safety in the not having to be in control of everything and allowing pure joy to wash over me. Yes.
Yeah. That's when you go integrate this part, that's what you're going to have when you integrate
Yeah.
because there's
Resilient,
not.
dependent, stubborn, hard headed, have to be in control of everything needs to be integrated with allowing control to feel not be in control, still feel safe and have moments of joy and, you know, things coming through it. That's, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And so when you no longer have to prove to yourself that you have to survive life and you can just live it, you can just experience it, you can just have fun and ease and that pure joy and just allow other people to take care of you, to receive whatever it is that they are giving.
Yeah. I received so much. Like I felt so grateful that I received being celebrated for my birthday and the little presents and the dinners and the drinks and all the fun. Like I was so proud of myself for receiving so well and feeling so grateful that I was able to, and I did it without guilt. Like I just knew that she wanted to do that and have and make me feel celebrated, and I did. And I don't think in my whole entire life I had ever felt as celebrated as I did with my friend Pepper on that trip.
Mhm.
Like I felt really celebrated.
Mhm.
And then I came
So,
back to life and it like smacked me in the face, and it's been a month of hard. And I think that was having such a contrast of having like seen, I even told her, I said, thank you for the positive representation of like what it's like to be supported by like a loving husband, by money, by situations, by these things. Cause like I saw stuff that I like never been able to see in my life and never had those positive representation. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like to sit in like the Chanel store and have like be behind the stanchion and be let out and have this private thing. And she bought this bag and they brought us champagne and like got these sunglasses. I mean, like to see that type of like wealth and experience and like care and everything, to like watch them wrap the thing and put the flowers on it and put it in the bag. Like I had never experienced anything like that. And I was like, wow, thank you for that positive representation of something that could be a possibility one day for me. Cause I never would have thought that would ever be something I could even see, never alone like a possibility. I could see the possibility, like maybe one day I too could have that experience.
Mhm. So where,
But then when I came back to all the money issues and all the like things, it was like my life is so different than hers and that experience, that it was like jarring to come back into like things being broken and me having to handle it and figuring out the money and like life situations and rearrange clients and like, all this like shit happened like literally just like days after I came back.
Mhm.
It was
So
hard, but like,
where do you get to celebrate yourself more in your everyday life?
yeah, I don't know. That is a great question. That is a great question.
What kinds of things do you think you could celebrate yourself for that are just like your everyday normal? And then
Well, I
how would you
think that
celebrate?
like my floating sound bath that I did for those women, those 8 women experienced magic that day. And I remember it was like the 8-8 energy portal day, right? The Lion's Gate. And I did this floating
Yeah.
sound bath. And it was magic. And when I got done with that, I had such a sense of like, I just created fucking magic and deep healing for these people. And I was like, this is what I meant to do. Like that activation, that experience, like those things were amazing. And I totally celebrated the fact that like I created magic in a space for deep healing for those ladies that day. And that felt really powerful. But leading up to it, it was stressful. We had to change locations at the last minute, like all these things. And then, like, finally, it was like all that stress had built up. And then that day happened, and it was just like pure magic. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, that was so worth it to have this. But I don't want to have to go through all that stress to get to that magic point to celebrate like a good job done. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to celebrate it without, because every time it's like I get to that point, like right now, like if I could get 4 more ladies to come to our women's retreat,
Mhm.
like for Ellen and I's Labor Day weekend. Sorry, my I just got a call. I had to ignore it.
Oh,
If I could, when, not if, cancel or delete. What I meant to say, when we get these 4 ladies to come to fill our retreat for the Labor Day weekend, like in Venice, Florida, I will celebrate to like the moon and back again, because I have put so much time and effort and energy into this. And I know that it's going to be amazing and magical. And I know that I'm going to have that moment leading that group at one point that I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is, I know that I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this is my divine purpose. Like I
mhm.
have those moments sometimes with clients, that I have these like moments, or when a client had a breakthrough and she started crying when we started releasing the fashion, like her tissue and like her protective heart wall and throat space. And like, it's just when they have those little moments with clients and experiences, I celebrate like, fuck yes, all the like certifications and hard work and all the deep healing I've done for myself to be able to facilitate that for others is like pure
Mhm.
magic. But it's
Mhm.
always to other people, doing other things for other people, that I then celebrate like, good job me, when I've helped others. But I can't think of a representation of something I just did on my own for me that I've celebrated. Like I was born, that's why I got celebrated. It was my birthday, right? I didn't have to do anything. I just was born, right? Like
Okay. So what about okay. For what purpose do you do these retreats and these sound bowl healings and working with all these other beautiful women?
Because I know that I was created for holding space and healing for others. Like I know that's my purpose. Like I know it on every level. That and when I'm in it and the magic is happening and the energy is moving, it is like just really pure magic.
So then celebrate yourself for living in your purpose.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for
That
that.
that you're doing it. You're that's something that you're doing for you. Yes, of course, an amazing byproduct of the work that you do is supporting and empowering and loving and all of these things to all these other beautiful ladies. Of course. And you're doing this business for you because it's your purpose. It's where you feel the the best version of you.
Mm-hmm.
So celebrate yourself for that, that you keep showing up, that no matter what, you are going to live in your purpose. Because, Leona, for as long as I've known you, through everything, never once have you ever wavered from what you are going to do in this life.
Yeah.
Never once.
I don't know I couldn't do anything else. I know I was designed to do this. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
feel in alignment for
So
anything else.
celebrate yourself for that, that you are so unwavering in your purpose and your calling.
Yeah.
So every time you do something, every time you help a client, every time you make a sales call, every time you host a retreat or want to sell a ticket to a retreat, do it from the place of this is what I am here for, and I'm going to spread that to as many people. I'm going to touch as many people as I can with my purpose.
Yes.
So how specifically would you celebrate yourself for doing that?
I think I'd have the personal accomplishment feeling of like, fuck yeah, I'm doing the thing. I think I would have that internal. And then my external would be like to go treat myself, right? I'd go for a good meal, some of my favorites, treat myself and doing something that I'd like to do.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, and then ultimately I would, want to celebrate myself with a new experience, right? Like with the travel, with retreats and other locations and places, right? Like celebrate this small one to then know that I can get bigger and have that more travel and more expansiveness, right? Like
Uh-huh.
celebrating the little to then grow and expand. So I think that's how I would do it.
Mhm. So what goal do you need to reach in order to be able to I want you to do like the verbal celebration, but like the
Mm-hmm.
physical, like treating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What goal do you need to accomplish where you will then really go out and do that for yourself because you are celebrating that you are living your purpose, that you're spreading your purpose.
That we get 4 more overnight participants for our retreat and at least 2-day passes.
Perfect. So what I want you to do after this call, or after because I know you've got clients, so
A
like whenever
client
you
coming,
have a
yeah.
couple minutes, um, I want you to write down where who are you going to talk to? Where are you going to put some of this out? Why not like there's plenty of colleges around where Ellen's at. Go reach out to maybe somebody at a college and say, hey, I'd love to be able to put up a flyer here and like send them a digital flyer and have them print it out. Like there's colleges, there's like small bit. Do not dump that water over. Oh my God. Sorry. I just look over and she has her water bowl tilted. I was like, oh, ah. I'm
She's
about
like, 'Mom, are
five.
you paying attention? I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. Look
I'm
at
like,
me."
geez.
But that's a good idea. I mean, we've been reaching out to like local businesses, event things like yoga studios and stuff, but I didn't think about having her reach out to local colleges. That's a great idea.
Yeah, like there's so many because then you're not only reaching you're reaching like a slightly younger demographic, right? Because they're probably going to be in their 20 like early 20s.
Yeah.
And who's to say that they're not looking for something that's exactly that? Like there's so many, like I remember being in college, there's so many things happening in your life that it feels so nice to be able to just come together with like a like-minded group of people to
Mm-hmm.
to better yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and I know I'm not the average college student, but
Yeah.
but that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Neither
So
was
like,
I, but I mean, that's when I started with Reiki and the history of
right. So
alternative
who knows?
healing. And I
You
wrote
might
my
then
18
inspire
page
somebody
medical
else's
research paper.
purpose.
Yeah.
You might then inspire somebody else to take this path.
Yeah.
So after this, I want you, so if you want to have 4 more overnights and at least 2 more day passes, so that's like 6 total,
Mm-hmm.
start writing, okay, where are you going to reach out? How are you going to reach out? What kind of follow up? Like, what are the steps that you need to do to get there? And then
I just
whoever
had
does
my
your,
assistant write, for me personally, all the people that have come to any of my events, give me their phone number so that I could call them personally and say if they couldn't come, if they knew anybody. And
absolutely.
we're sending out a text message today. We're having a webinar tomorrow. We've been advertising like crazy.
Yeah. So then come up with each of those steps, and then whoever does your parts integration and or energy release, like I don't know, it might be the same person, it might be 2 different people, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Have them put that goal in your future. Now I know you can put the goal in your future, so like I would put your own goal in your future now, but then have
Mhm.
them redo it after all of that to see like what if anything
Yeah.
shifts and changes and things like that. That I think is going to be the best for you, and you know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's really what this was this is what's on the other side. So now when you
Mhm.
hit that goal, what are you going to go do for yourself?
I take myself out for dinner and dancing.
One, do you know where you're going to go to dinner? Do you have a special place
Um,
you like to go before you go
I
dancing?
I have my favorite place in town, which is Royal Palm, which is a wine and tapas place. It's my
Ooh.
favorite place. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. And you know where you're going to go dancing?
I would have to see what like local studio is having what. Because I did the speed dating the other day, and there was a guy that I met. We didn't necessarily connect that way, but we connected on like a friend dancing level. And I'd like maybe go to, because I hadn't been there in a while, to maybe Dance Shack, which is a local dance studio I haven't been to in a while, and he's been going there. So maybe I would try out that studio and do. I have to do everything slow, and I can't dance like I used to, and I'm learning how to like give myself a little taste of it because my foot is still very cranky when I dance, and I have to make sure it's like on a Saturday night. I have nothing on a Sunday, and it's a very strategic sort of thing that I can do to get a little dancing in. But when I do dance, man, those moments of joy, that's also that brings me joy. That's like so great that like I couldn't walk for so long, and now look at me, look what I can do. I can dance a little bit now, right?
All right. So checking in with your body on a
Mhm.
scale of 1 to 10, where would you say the pain is at in your body?
Um, I think I'm probably like at a 6 because I've been trying to work on my
Mhm.
arms and release some of this like pain in my thumb and forearms while we've been sitting here trying
Yeah.
to work out some of it. So I'm probably at like a 6 now.
Okay.
It was
And
nice just to
then,
sit.
yes. And then with that chatter in your mind, where would you say you're at out of 10?
I'd say about at a 6 there too. I'm feeling better. I feel like I can probably going to skip your whole thing today and that little time between
Yeah.
client and my live for the book club tonight. I'm loving this lady, and I can't wait to have your mom on next month.
I
It's
know,
gonna
I'm
be
so
so much
excited. She's
fun.
like, I'm part of Leona's book club. I was like, that's so cool.
I like love that this girl was like, "Oh shit, I can't do it. Can you find someone else?" And I'm like, "Well, Jen's book just came out. Let me just whimsically ask." And she
Yeah.
said yes, and I was like, "Oh, that's perfect to lead into our anthology and our book that's coming out and everything." And I'm
Yes.
like, "Oh my god, this is great." So I'm so excited for that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use the time after my last client before that virtual book call to make those phone calls today, and that feels good. Like taking that, and then I would love anybody on this call to reach out to me and set up those things because I'd like to have it done in the next, week or so till like in a few days even to get that moving in the right direction because I know that's what I need. Like I know that I need my own somatic energy release. Like it's one of my favorite modalities for others and I know I respond really well to it and I know I need a parts integration and I know those are tough for me.
So you're about one away from where you wanted to be at the end in terms of pain in your body.
Mhm.
So I would just do a little grounding and just dumping any excess energy that's not serving you and right before your client to just
Yeah.
release any extra. Um, and then yeah, we're gonna get somebody will reach out. And if not, and if nobody here reaches out by today, Leona, just send me a message in Slack and I'll put it in a couple different channels. Say like,
I
hey,
can't access my Slack. I got a new phone and I cannot access it. And they gave me a new link and I created a new account and now I can't access the old thing. So I have no idea how to get into Slack and I
oh
cannot
my
figure out
gosh.
how to switch accounts.
Okay. I
So I
will
will have
I
to
will
reach
help you with
yeah.
I will have somebody hop on a call with you to help you figure that out too. I'm gonna
Mhm.
make a note. I'm gonna make a note
Because
of that
I
so I
have
don't
been
forget.
messaging in Facebook Messenger with Chris and he's tried like 3 times and I still cannot figure out how to get I had created a new one and there's an empowering wellness. And I can't get to the old one. And I was like, I've lost all the connections and everybody to do it. And I literally am just not friendly enough with technology to get through this little barrier. See, I'm
Okay.
saying all these weird shit have been happening that I've
Yeah,
just
that
like
is so funny. Okay.
actual fault.
I will see if that so if not Facebook Messenger me and
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
I
say, but
will
I can
and I'll
Facebook
put it in
Messenger
a
you.
couple channels and then I will pass along your info to get you guys connected.
Perfect.
I will go between for you.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, so now there's 3 minutes left. I will pay the puppy tax.
Yes, let's see.
She laid down. I'm downstairs because I have her all set up. She laid down, so she might be trying to go to
What's her
sleep.
name?
So her name is Shelby, and she is a German Shepherd puppy. Hi, baby. Can you say hi to everybody? Well, no, we're not going to eat the computer.
So
We're just going to say
cute.
hi.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody. She goes,
Hi,
but I'm
Shelby.
tired. Hi,
She's
baby.
adorable.
She's so cute. She's so cute. She made a mess eating her food. It's all over her kennel. Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's so fluffy and so
This
cute. Now
is her
she's
water
probably
that she was about to tip over.
uh-huh. And so shepherds, I have a client that has had them over the years, and she said they're super smart, but they have to be like seriously trained, and then they're going to be the best dogs for forever. But they
Oh, yeah.
get really big. She's probably going to be like what, like a 90-pound dog?
Oh, yeah. She's 9 weeks. She's 13 pounds and she's huge.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Shelby.
Yeah, her name's Shelby.
Shelby, do you
Michael
recognize your
named
name
her.
yet?
He named
Oh.
her after the Shelby Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she gets zoomies, she goes crazy. So he
Mm-hmm.
named her after the Mustang. All right. All
Oh,
righty, everybody. I'm gonna let her nap because
oh yes.
crazy. Uh, I will see some of you on Breakthrough Mentorship, and I will see some of you on the group Breakthrough. And if I don't see you on either of them, no worries. I love you, and I will see you the next time I see you. So, mwah. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you guys for the support and love. Have a beautiful day, guys.
I hope that helped, Tiffany, as
Yes.
you popped off.
Yeah, I think it probably helped a lot. So I'm happy. Bye.